Did you know that 75% of all 49ers fans identify as a female and the other 25% self identify as a cat? Now, I read that on the internet somewhere, so take that with a grain of kitty litter. All jokes aside, the Las Vegas Raiders just concluded their preseason game with the 49ers, and we're going to talk about the studs and the duds and just ignore the fact that the 49ers had more fans in our stadium than we did, and they walked away with the victory. So let's get into the studs. Right off of the bat, guys, I do just want to say thank you so much for being here. And we are almost at 12,000 subscribers. And it's been an amazing journey for me over the past 2 years. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you. If you're brand new, please hit that subscribe button. Costs you nothing if you like this kind of content. And if you are a diehard Raiders fan, comment Raiders down in the comment section to help the algorithm boost this thing out to more Raiders fans. Now let's get into the studs and the duds. I will say number one right off of the bat, the stud of the game, one of the studs of the game anyway, would be Geno Smith. When he came out, he played a couple series, and he looked like he had control over that offense. He looked crisp. He looked clean. He didn't look panicked in any kind of way, and he was putting the ball on target, except for one pass that could have led to a touchdown had he been able to get it right in the bucket, but instead he overthrew it, and we'll talk about who that was to here in just a second. Now, the second guy that I want to talk about is Ashton Jeanty. Why? Because, well, last week he had negative 1 yard on 3 rushing attempts, but this week he was able to crush it with 7 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown, his first one in the NFL. And I know it doesn't count because it's preseason, but still, he's getting into that end zone, and it was really impressive to watch him get into the end zone because he was stuffed at the 1 yard line, and he just kept those legs churning and showed off his power, not just his speed and his agility, but that low end power, like a diesel truck just chugging along, and pushed his defender, not one, but actually 2 defenders, back into the end zone, and he was able to pick up the 6 points TD. Now, with that being said, I think Ashton Jeanty, he definitely was able to redeem himself from last week, and I am so excited to see what he is going to be able to do come week 1. Another guy that I'm going to say was a stud when he first came out, and that would be Cam Miller. Cam Miller put the Raiders in scoring position, and they were able to pick up a field goal. Unfortunately, he threw an interception to win the game, and that would have put us in field goal position or closer to field goal position. I think we probably would have had to do one more pass and then another timeout in order to win the game. But unfortunately, he rushed his pass a little bit and threw it into double coverage, safety help, over the top, all of that. Bad throw, bad decision. And this is not the kind of decision that you see from a Cam Miller. He is a very smart quarterback, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. This was one. It's preseason. It doesn't count. Shake it off, Cam. You're still doing good. No worries. Chris Collier is another stud that I'm going to say, yes, I know it's against the thirds, but Chris Collier, a guy that I've had here on the channel, he was able to show off 4 carries, 26 yards. This is the type of running back that he is. He is that downhill power back like a Zamir White, but in my opinion, he has better moves than Zamir White, and he has better vision than Zamir White. Now, Zamir, he looked fine today. He wasn't bad or anything, but I think Chris Collier, if it's me, if I'm the head coach, I think I'm going to go ahead with Chris and make him on the 53-man roster, and I would probably move on from Zamir White and move him down to the practice squad. Raheem Mostert, not very impressed today with anything that he did. 4 receptions for 16 yards, 3 carries for 9 yards, no touchdowns. He just doesn't look fast. He just doesn't look like he's able to break tackles. He had a man that it was a one-on-one situation. All he's got to do is break that tackle, and he's picking up a first down, and he's going to be able to continue to move those sticks. He wasn't able to do it, and so the Raiders had to get rid of the ball. I think we kicked the field goal on that possession. Another guy, obviously, who is a stud here is Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, he only had 1 catch, but it was only 1 target, 28 yards, goes up, snatches it up. Man, I can't wait to see this dude break another record in his second year in the NFL because he's an absolute monster. Another dude by the name of Runyon, who is, a guy that's trying to make the team right now as that fourth tight end. A couple of receptions, 29 yards. He was making some plays out there. And Shedrick Jackson, again, making plays like he did last week. He's trying to make this team. So I definitely give him some kudos there. Jack Besh looked pretty good today, 21 yards on a couple of receptions. So another stud for that one there. Then let's move over to the defense. Obviously, we had Jeremy Chin with the interception. He's going to be a baller for this team, so I am super excited about that. Another thing I'm super excited about is Box House. Guys, you keep hearing me talk about them because they're a sponsor of the channel, and I believe in them because I've actually done business with my boy Kevin Ross. They are fantastic. If you need an ADU, if you need a tiny home, if you need a mother-in-law suite, give Kevin a call today. Number is on the screen. Link to the website down in the description. They will absolutely take care of you. They have the best tiny homes, can deliver them to your house. And if you need a one-use, basically brand new 40-foot trailer, they can give that to you as well because he has a sister company called Container Bros, which I have done business with myself. They delivered it straight to my property on time, helped me get it all set up. Class Act company, Class Act owner, go ahead and give them a call. All right, now listen, I want to talk about Andre Carter the second. He was able to get a sack towards the end of the game, and so he was another stud. Tommy Eichenberg, for me, he was hit and miss. He made a couple of plays, but he messed up on a couple of plays as well. I'm not seeing the progression in him like I would have wanted to see. Now, for the duds, obviously, we got to go back and talk about Aiden O'Connell. For the second week in a row, he threw a pick, no touchdown today. He was 15 for 23, 138 passing yards, and he took, I think, one or two sacks. Now, listen, Aiden O'Connell, in my opinion, if I'm going to line him up with Cam Miller, I'm going to probably go with Cam Miller. I know Cam also threw an interception today, but that was at the end of the game, and he was rushing a little bit. But when you watch Cam Miller throw the ball, it's very decisive, it's very crisp, it's very clean. The ball just whips out of his hand. And when you watch Aiden O'Connell, it just seems like he's just kind of stuck in his own little time warp. And that's the reason why he keeps throwing these interceptions. It's why he's taking sacks, and that's why he's throwing incomplete passes. So for me, I gotta say, I'm not impressed with Aiden O'Connell. I really had high hopes for him. I thought maybe he could be a starter in the NFL, but as it stands right now, I don't think that he is. I don't think that he will be a starter in the NFL anytime soon. I think that the Raiders need to make a decision with him. In fact, Carter Bradley looked better, crisper, cleaner, and just overall better than Aiden O'Connell did tonight. And so maybe the Raiders made a bad decision in releasing Carter Bradley. Maybe they should have released Aiden O'Connell and kept Carter. I don't know. Guys, let me know down in the comments below. But another guy I want to talk about is Dante Thornton Jr. Listen, if Dante Thornton Jr. or actually if Geno Smith had put the ball where it needed to be, Dante Thornton Jr. would have had a walk-in touchdown again this week. And so this guy is so fast. He is so big. He's so athletic. Once him and Geno Smith really get their timing down, it is going to be a touchdown machine because this dude is literally unguardable. You have to put a high safety over top of him and have a corner under him, and that is going to open up so much stuff underneath and on the other side of the football. I'm super excited and ecstatic to see what he is going to become for the Raiders over the next several years. Dante Thornton Jr. could be the steal of the draft.